Karuno, jak se cítíš před interview? Krásně oblíkla.
The people, politically and socially, as you know, the President Pavel is very sick. And we wonder if you have maybe some message for the Czech people in these difficult times.
Naturally, today, any nation or human community now at a certain period, certain individual come, appear, and made great contribution for that community or for that nation, but that individual will not remain permanently. But the society or the community will remain, comparatively more permanent. That means few thousand years more, not billion. So that's, I think, quite natural. So I think like your case, the President Havel, or great human being, I always admire his work. I have deep admiration, and I used to sort of close, very genuine friendship with him. Now he made immense, I think, contribution regarding freedom and regarding your prosperity. Then naturally the problem cannot overcome by one night. So since he opened, or he started these, I think, constructive things, now the people should carry their work with determination, with self-confidence, with vision. So that's important. Naturally, it is unrealistic. You see, everything relying on one person, that's unrealistic. So I think, in a way, I think from his part, he made, I think, he made sort of a contribution from his part, I think, maximum way. So now the people have to carry, their work. And then, of course, as a nation, the coming generations, the new leadership, new freedom, new heroes will come.
You always seem very happy and joyful, and we wanted to ask you if you ever feel sad or if you ever question your own abilities.
No, of course, no. My own ability always there. There is a problem, is a huge problem. As far as the Tibetan problem is concerned, of course, the problem is not easy, very complicated, very complex.
He's asking from where you get your strength.
So I always feel my sort of inability to tackle this is a problem. I always feel. But the determination of the people of Tibet, very firm. It's very sincere. So I think in spite of many difficulties, the Tibetan issue never died down because of Tibetan spirit. And for that spirit, for my part, I think I made a little contribution regarding to keep that spirit. That I feel, or one of my contribution regarding to an issue, this I feel. Then of course sadness. I often meeting Tibetan who come from Tibet. When I listen to their stories, say if their parent passed away in Chinese prison, or due to starvation, or torture, then of course, you see, this sadness often come. But then I always say, look from the wider perspective. So sadness, unfortunate, sort of say, very miserable situation or painful situation. There, but this is not just the only Tibetan case. But the other Hindu brothers and sisters in Africa, in Latin America, in mainland China also, such things happen. Then I always feel the long term, I'm optimistic. Things will change, definitely. So, there is basis of hope. So looking from these viewpoint, and sadness come, but go. Come, go. The strength, I think just like that. I always looking from the wider perspective, and then also I believe truth. After all, it's a truth. Its own sort of beauty, its own strength, values. Now look, the violence, aggressiveness, using force, for the temporary, very effective. But long run, human determination with non-violent principle. Force cannot cannot match at the long run the human determination with the non-violent spirit. I think that you cannot you cannot match it.
No, compare.
So that's my belief.
Next, we want to ask something about suffering. If it's inherent to the human condition, and basically why people suffer, if it's necessary for the evolution of humanity. that people
That's a philosophy. I think there are different concepts about that. As far as Buddhism is concerned, the so long negative emotion, such as anger, hatred, attachment, ignorance, there, some form of suffering always there. Because we consider these are the seed of the suffering. So seed is there, causes are there, and then as soon as conditions comes, then the suffering will come. So long this ultimate source of suffering, this wrong concept, negative emotion, or ignorance, these are there, then the experience suffering is part of the nature. However, Buddhists believe the basic, these are the ultimate source of suffering can remove from our mind. That's we call moksha or nirvana, liberation. Liberation means our mind, our basic mind, our mind, liberated from the negative emotion. That is the liberation. So once you get rid of all the negative emotion, then you achieve permanent happiness, no longer any suffering. But of course, that's on the basis of individual. We cannot say as a society or community. But then, I think as a society and community, I think another level of the suffering and causes the conditions, I feel. The suffering, a kind of suffering, say, death, old age, illness, these we cannot remove from the level of the society. But individual, yes, we can. Once we get rid of all the negative emotion, then no more death due to due to ignorance. But that's the individual level. So the society level, these basic, kind of human suffering, like death, these are bound to have. But the other kind of suffering, which essentially man-made suffering, problem, such as killing, or murdering, or stealing, or raping, or cheating. Now these, I believe, the man-made suffering. That we can reduce, we can change. A society where it's full of these crimes, then everybody feel unsafe. So that actually man-made. So through education, I think through proper education, that means not only give us intellectual knowledge, but they, with knowledge, simultaneously, they try to guide properly about the basic way of thinking. Mainly, on the basis of the sense of caring one another, knowing the basic human nature is social animal. One's own individual future very much depends on other. And also physically, if we create a compassionate atmosphere, physically also you get much benefit. So irrespective whether believer or non-believer, the human nature is such, we need human compassion, human affection. That we can develop through education, through family life, through and also media. We can educate the people, especially to the younger generation. I think the way to bring up, I think through such atmosphere, so that the social transformation can achieve, not through force, not through sort of tight, authoritarian system, but more or less through education, through volunteer way. I think that's possible. I think comparatively, Tibetan community, generally speaking, more compassionate society. So less crime, generally speaking. And also, you can see in big cities seems more crime. In countryside, where the farmers, they have more, I think, the connection with nature, nature. So generally speaking, in countryside, people more, more human way. In a big city, human being sometimes they become like part of the mission, huge mission. Once mission that turn, whether you like it or not, you have to go rapidly. That I think seems there is real danger to losing human feeling.